I sustained very severe injuries, and I had to take some time to be attended to medically. Those that died these were men who were very close to me. Most of them sacrificed themselves that I could live. We must understand that. And we are not in the habit of mentioning names. We lost over 900 men at war.
Breaking news. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been under incarceration or illegal detention ever since the 27th of June 2021 after his extraordinary rendition by the Nigerian government and was, of course, taken to the Nigerian court to face trial, of which on the 13th of October 2022, the Appellate Court of Law, the Appeal Court, dismissed all the count charges levied against the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, setting him free of all the count charges and demanded that the Nigerian government should compensate him. Ever since then, of course, there have been some sort of delay over the compliance to the verdict of the appeal court, only for the Nigerian government to appeal the judgment of the appeal court, and subsequently the Supreme Court upheld the appeal filed by the Nigerian government against the verdict that was pronounced by the appeal court on the 13th of October 2022. Information reaching us now is that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's health has deteriorated to the extent that his life is being threatened under DSS detention, and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is having some health complications resulting to internal vein bleeding. This is a serious health issue and needed urgent attention. We must all rise according to the submission of China Sanwo-Olu and ensure that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is released immediately and to undergo a thorough medical examination and treatment. Even the DSS medical director can confirm and attest to the fact that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's health or life is being threatened by the continued deterioration of his health, and medical attention must be given to him to salvage and to avoid any avoidable, of course, circumstances that would lead to his demise at the confines of the DSS. Meanwhile, of course, according to some medical findings, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's current medical condition is suspected to be caused by the things like trauma from the torture, including internal puncture wounds, fractures, and blunt force injuries, as well as rupture and nail missing, and bleeding disorders resulting due to overuse of certain drugs that can also be one of those serious causes of such health issues. Moreover, this particular health issue is a medical emergency and should be treated immediately by medical professionals. The enemies of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the Biafran struggle should know that we are not complaining for the indefinite detention of the Biafran leader or asking the Nigerian government to take the issue serious, because we already know what their plans are. According to China Sanwo-Olu's submission, their plans is for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to die in detention, and their alternative hatched plans by some Igbo politicians like Dev Umar here, Hopus Adema, Emekofo, etc., and some religious leaders in Southeast, is to make sure Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is jailed for life. Let this be very clear warning to those enemies of Biafra restoration. IPOBs to ESN will not tolerate any more Nigerian court proceedings against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because the Nigerian judiciary has proven time without number that it is worst place for anyone seeking for self-determination can get justice. Well, this is quite a disturbing development and an issue of urgent concern. Of course, it's been a very disturbing issue surrounding the circumstances of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. After his torture and extraordinary rendition, this gentleman, who, of course, by his conviction, acted within the ambit of recognized international laws to self-determination, has been facing some sort of injustice. I mean, clearly by the Nigerian government, and this is condemnable by any responsible citizen or global citizen of the world, where the rights of individuals, inalienable rights, will be, of course, trampled upon, even after the court injunction that he should be released unconditionally and be compensated. But they have kept him, of course, subjecting him to all manner of psychological and mental torture, keeping him away from his loved ones. And this, of course, constitutes a breach to his fundamental right to freedom. And this is quite unacceptable, according to the submissions of the IPOB to Kina Samwaru. We know where the Nigerian government and some Igbo politicians are heading to. All their plans against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is to jail him for life imprisonment or a minimum of 25 years so they can have enough time to destroy IPOB and ESN. The enemies of Biafrans should know and be ready for a serious confrontation as they venture into this journey of Nigerian disintegration. That is the final submission of China Saworu. Let's know what is your take regarding this very issue of great concern and very worrisome indeed. Who could ascertain the state of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Of course, state of medical stability at this time, because internal bleeding is not something that could be taken or treated with a kiss glove, because it could lead to fatality, it could lead to sudden death, because that is abnormal in medical field. For those who are medical practitioners, understood the implication of internal bleeding of veins. That means an urgent serious concern must be given to address such matters. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should be allowed, of course, to visit experts or his medical personnel as is the situation demands. Otherwise, it could amount to a total violation to his fundamental rights. Anyone standing trial must stand, of course, standing and not to be sick. Standing trial must be alive to stand trial. And being that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the populations of the Biafran agitators who he have enjoyed their support and popularity, of course, and support would not want anything, of course, to happen to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and that will amount to serious, devastating, of course, effect, catastrophe that may take more than a century if actually that should be recovered. So the appropriate authority, the DSS, of course, should know the needful, do the needful, especially the medical director to the DSS and the concerned persons. Let me know what is your take regarding this development, because it's an issue of concern and attentions are building up. There are resentment and anger over the continued detention as gathered has been intimidation of the Igbo race in Nigeria. The Mazi Nnamdi Kanu represents an average ideology of an Igbo man, or by extension Biafran, who have been calling for their self-determination, which is enshrined within international law, United Nations People's Charter's right on freedom and sundry matters. Let me know what is your take regarding this as we continue to watch the development. We'll get you abreast with the development of events regarding this very concerned and worrisome issue. Until we come your way, keep in touch. Remain blessed.